Hello, my friend, and welcome to this podcast. Today, we are going to begin slowly, softly, and step by step. You do not need to rush. You do not need to feel stress. And you do not need to worry about mistakes. Just relax, listen carefully, and repeat with me. I will speak slowly, I will speak clearly, and I will use simple words so that you can understand. You will understand. You will enjoy this practice. Remember, this podcast is for you, to help you grow, to help you practice, and to help you improve your English every single day. One idea that can truly change your life forever. And this idea is called positive thinking. Now, maybe you have heard about positive thinking before. Maybe you have read a book, or watched a video, or someone told you, think positive. And maybe you thought, yes, I know this already. I should be positive. But the truth is, positive thinking is not only about repeating good words. It is not only about smiling when you are sad. It is not fake. Positive thinking is a way of living. It is a new lens, a new pair of glasses through which you see the world. Let me tell you something personal. Many years ago, I was living with a lot of doubts. Every day, I would wake up and feel heavy. I would think about my problems, my mistakes, my fears, and the more I thought about them, the bigger they became. My mind was like a dark room, and all I could see were shadows. I believed that life was hard, that people were against me, that the future was scary. And you know what? Because I believed that, everything around me seemed to confirm it. When I thought, people don't like me, then every small look, every small word from others seemed negative. When I thought, I will fail, then every challenge felt impossible. I was trapped inside my own thoughts. But then one day something happened. I read a simple sentence in a book. It said, "The way you think about life creates the life you live." I stopped. I read it again. "The way you think about life creates the life you live." At first I thought, no, that's too simple. My life is hard because of real problems, not because of my thinking. But then I looked deeper, and I realized my problems felt heavier because of my thoughts. My fear was stronger because of my thoughts. My sadness stayed longer because of my thoughts. That was the moment when I discovered the secret of positive thinking. And from that day, I decided to try. I told myself, what if I change my thoughts? What if I look for something good, even in a bad situation? What if I believe that life is helping me, not punishing me? And you know what? Slowly, little by little, everything began to change. Positive thinking is not magic. It doesn't mean that all your problems disappear. No, but it changes the way you experience life. It gives you energy, strength, and hope. And with hope, you find solutions. With energy, you take action. With strength, you keep moving forward. That is why one idea, positive thinking, can change everything. Oh, now let's talk about you. Think about your own life right now. Maybe you are listening to me while walking, or while cooking, or maybe you are sitting quietly in your room. Wherever you are, I want you to pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what kind of thoughts do I usually have? Do you often think about problems? Do you often imagine negative outcomes? Do you say to yourself, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Life is too hard. Or do you say, I will try. I can learn. Something good will happen. Be honest with yourself. Because the quality of your thoughts is creating the quality of your life. If your thoughts are heavy, your life feels heavy. If your thoughts are full of light, your life feels lighter. And here is something important. Positive thinking is a habit. It is like training a muscle. At the beginning, it is not easy. You might try to think positive, but then your old thoughts will come back. Maybe you will say, I'm lying to myself. Things are bad. Why pretend? But remember, you are not pretending. You are choosing. You are choosing to focus on what gives you strength, not on what makes you weak. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people lose their job. The first person thinks, this is the end. I will never find another job. I am a failure. He feels hopeless. He stops trying, and maybe he falls into depression. The second person thinks, this is difficult, yes, but maybe it is also an opportunity. Maybe I can find a better job, or maybe I can learn a new skill. Life is opening another door. He feels some pain, of course, but also hope. He starts looking for possibilities, and because of that, he finds them. Do you see? The situation is the same, but the thinking is different, and the result is completely different. This is the power of positive thinking. It doesn't change the facts immediately, but it changes your approach, and your approach changes your future. My friend, I want you to know something very clearly. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality. It is not about saying everything is perfect when it is not. No, positive thinking is about finding the strength to deal with reality. It is about believing that something good is possible, even when life is hard. It is about trusting that every challenge is a lesson, every pain is temporary, and every day is a new chance. You understand this. Your life begins to transform. You feel lighter, you feel more powerful, and people around you also feel it. They see your energy, your smile, your calmness, and they respond to it. Suddenly, relationships improve, opportunities appear, and you realize it all started inside your mind. In this podcast, over the next hours, we will go deeper. We will explore what positive thinking really means, how to practice it every day, how to use it when life is painful, and how it can truly change your future. I will share with you stories, examples, and simple exercises. And I want you to practice with me step by step. Because one idea, positive thinking, can change your whole life. Now let's go deeper. Let's ask an important question. Why is it so hard to think positive? If positive thinking is so powerful, if it can change your life, then why doesn't everyone do it? Why do we so often fall into negative thinking, into worry, fear, and doubt? The answer is simple. Because our mind has been trained that way. From the time we were children, many of us heard negative words. Maybe our parents said, Be careful, don't do this. You will fail. Maybe teachers said, you are not good enough. Maybe society told us, life is hard, money is hard, happiness is rare. And little by little, these words became part of our thinking. So today, as adults, we carry inside us a lot of fear. We expect problems. We expect rejection. We expect disappointment. That is why, when something happens, our first thought is often negative. We think, it will not work. I cannot do this. Something bad will happen. But here is the good news. Just as negative thinking is learned, positive thinking can also be learned. You can retrain your mind. You can create a new habit of thought. It is like learning a new language. At first it feels strange. You don't know the words. You make mistakes. You forget. But the more you practice, the easier it becomes. And one day it becomes natural. Positive thinking is the same. At the beginning, it feels fake. You tell yourself, I can do this. But inside you hear a voice saying, no, you cannot. That is normal. It is just the old program speaking. But if you keep practicing, the old voice becomes weaker and the new voice becomes stronger. Let me share a small story with you. There was a young woman who always said, I am unlucky. Nothing good ever happens to me. Because she believed this. She never tried new things. She never applied for better jobs. She never traveled. She never made new friends. She stayed in her small circle, waiting for luck to change. But of course, nothing changed because she never moved. One day, someone told her, what if you are not unlucky? What if you are simply not looking? She didn't understand at first, but then she decided to try. She began to wake up every morning and say, today, something good will happen. At first, nothing big happened, but she noticed small things. A smile from a stranger, a nice song on the radio, a beautiful sunset. She started to feel better. Then, because she felt better, she tried more. She applied for a job, and even though she was afraid, she got it. She met new people. She traveled. And one day, she laughed and said, I am not unlucky anymore. But the truth was, she was never unlucky. She just needed to change her thinking. This is the secret. Life gives you what you look for. If you look for problems, you will find them. If you look for possibilities, you will find them. Now let's practice together. I want you to do a small exercise with me. Take a deep breath. Think about yesterday. Yes, just yesterday. Can you remember at least 3 good things that happened yesterday? They don't have to be big. Maybe someone said hello. Maybe you ate something delicious. Maybe you finished a task. Or maybe you simply had a moment of peace. Can you remember 3 things? If you can, then say thank you in your heart for them. This is called gratitude, and gratitude is the fuel of positive thinking. Because when you say thank you, your mind focuses on what is good, not on what is missing. And when you focus on what is good, you feel stronger. You see, positive thinking is not about ignoring problems. It is about balancing them with gratitude, with hope, with light. Now, another question. What happens when life is really hard? Maybe you lost someone you love. Maybe you are struggling with money. Maybe you feel alone. In those moments, someone might tell you, just think positive. And it can sound cruel. Because when pain is deep, positivity feels impossible. I want to be honest with you. Positive thinking is not about denying pain. If you feel sad, cry. If you feel angry, express it. If you feel tired, rest. But after that, don't stay there. Don't let pain become your home. Use positive thinking as a way to rise again. For example, when someone you love leaves you, it is normal to feel broken. But after the tears, you can choose a thought. I am grateful for the time we had. I will carry their love with me, and I will live in a way that honors them. This thought doesn't erase the pain, but it gives meaning to the pain. It turns suffering into strength. This is the deep power of positive thinking. It transforms not only small problems, but also big ones. It gives you the ability to keep going, even when life feels dark. So, my friend, here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice this. Every morning when you wake up, say, today, something good will happen. Every evening before you sleep, remember at least 3 good things from the day. Simple, right? But if you do it for 7 days, you will feel the change. Your mind will slowly start to look for good things instead of bad ones. And that is the beginning of positive thinking. Remember this. Life is not perfect. You will face difficulties. You will have failures. You will feel pain. But with positive thinking, you will also see possibilities, victories, and joy. Positive thinking does not remove the storms, but it gives you an umbrella. It doesn't stop the night, but it shows you the stars. One idea can change your whole life. And that idea is inside you right now. Now, let's look at something even more exciting. Let's explore how positive thinking can change not only your mood, but also your health, your success, and your relationships. Because when you change your thoughts, everything in your life begins to transform. 1. Positive thinking and health. Science today is very clear. Your thoughts affect your body. When you think negative thoughts, fear, anger, worry, your body releases stress hormones. Your heart beats faster, your muscles become tight, your immune system becomes weaker. If this happens every day, your body suffers. Stress becomes sickness. But when you think positive thoughts, hope, gratitude, joy, your body reacts differently. Your brain releases chemicals that relax you. Your heart becomes calmer, your immune system becomes stronger, your sleep becomes better. Positive thinking is not just about feeling good, it is about being healthy. Let me share an example. There was a study where 2 groups of people were given the same small surgery. Group A was full of fear, expecting pain and problems. Group B was trained to think positively, expecting recovery and healing. Guess what? Group B healed faster, needed less medicine, and returned to normal life more quickly. Why? Because their thoughts created less stress in the body, and the body could focus on healing. So, when you practice positive thinking, you are not only helping your mind, you are helping your body. Every time you choose a hopeful thought, you are sending love to your own cells. 2. Positive thinking and success. Now, let's talk about success. What does success mean to you? Maybe it means money. Maybe it means freedom. Maybe it means reaching a dream. Whatever it means, one thing is true. Success always begins in the mind. Imagine two students preparing for an exam. Both study the same hours. Both have the same teacher. But one thinks, I will never pass. I am not smart. The other thinks, I will try my best. I believe I can do it. Who has more chance to succeed? Of course, the second student. Because when you believe in yourself, you try harder. You don't give up easily. You see challenges as opportunities, not as walls. And that makes all the difference. Before we continue, my friend, I want to ask you something simple. If you are enjoying this podcast, if you feel that these words are helping you, then please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, you don't just support me, you also give me the energy to create more episodes for you. And who knows, maybe the next episode will be the one that changes your life in a special way. So click subscribe now and join this journey with me. Let's grow together, let's learn together, and let's keep building a positive life step by step.